Hey everyone, I'm Cadet Merriam. Today we're going to be walking through a point area ambush for Objective Screw for the overall operation of Falcon Strike. The time zone for this operation is going to be local time. Let me quickly orient you to my terrain model kit. Here we have the compass, so directly pointing this way is north, east, towards me is south, and to the left is west. As you can see, the blue string will mark streams or water sources. The gray lines are the grid lines. The roads are marked in purple string, and the white is going to be our boundaries for our area of operation. Directly to our east, we're going to have 3rd Platoon from Alpha Company, and directly to our west, we're going to have Bravo Company supporting their own operations further away from ours. Going forward, for a task organization, we're going to be broken up into basically 3 elements. First squad, their main task is to support 2nd and 3rd squad by suppressing enemy fire once we get to Objective Screw. Purpose for this is to prevent enemy freedom of movement and limit the fire coming from the enemy location. Attached to them are going to be both gun teams. They're going to have 2 M40 Bravos with their assistant gunners, and they're going to be, like I said before, providing support fire to the other 2 squads as they assault through the element. Second and 3rd squad's main objective is to kill or detain any enemy located on Objective Screw. We will have a mortar team attached to us during this operation. They are going to be stuck with 1st squad on the supporting element. Also, the 3rd squad will have a detached team who will join up with the mortar team as an additional security piece for them. Moving forward, for a situation in an area of interest, it looks like from our intelligence that the enemy has no close air support assets available to them. That's not to say that they will not have any during the entire operation, but it's very unlikely that they will. Artillery, enemy brigade artillery assets are located to the south of the company AO. These assets consist of 1 battery-towed D-30, which has a range of 15 kilometers and 21 kilometers with wraparounds. These assets are expected to be located in Central Valley population in vicinity of 733, 743. As you see here, I have my grid. We have everything from 75 to 79, all the way up to from 74 to 78. So that's our grid for this operation right here. We're only actually going to be in about half of that, but that's the grid for I have displayed here. The trigger to use for those artillery assets is the loss of 2 or more squads of combat power. The delivery for those triggers are Motorola radios from battalion or brigade headquarters and higher, and they typically have accurate fire within 10 to 15 minutes. The supporting elements here are also known to have 82 millimeter mortars that can be emplaced, and the sympathizers for Sapa forces will let the enemy know if we're coming, and that's the most likely course of action that's going to come from them telling them that. As reserves, the enemy brigade reserves located in the Central Valley population. The enemy brigade reserves templated to be a platoon of BTR 80s. Their suspected location is in vicinity of WL 738762. The trigger to use this reserve is position identification of U.S. mechanized forces or loss of any platoon stronghold position. Estimated time to arrival is 20 to 30 minutes, and they will typically use hardball roads along Highway 6. So right here we have Highway 6 cutting through the bottom portion of our objective, just south of our Objective Screw. So if brigade were to call reserve assets from brigade level, they'd most likely come along Route 6 here, going across, which has direct access to Objective Screw. Additionally, there's a suspected enemy rifle squad as reserve, just general support, which they're suspected to be 5 kilometers west of Objective Tools. So Objective Tools is going to be this entire area, including Objective Nail, which 3rd Platoon will be taking. This is the reserve element here. So they are about 5 kilometers west of them and us. So that they still will be considered combat effective for when we're doing our operation. So right now we are bounded by 78 northing, like I mentioned that before, and 74 northing south. West, our company boundaries with Bravo Company, 2nd Battalion, 502 Infantry Brigade, and to our east we have 3rd Platoon from Alpha Company. For terrain and weather, so our main obstacles during this mission are going to be roads, rivers, and mountains. More specifically, Black Cat Mountain, as you see here pictured, is going to be the center of pretty much our AO. On the back side of that, we're going to be setting up an ORP. Other than that, we have Route Charlie, Bull Pond Road, and we will have to navigate around Bull Pond. There are some hill features, like I mentioned before. Other than Black Cat Mountain, there's a elevated spot near Objective Screw that we will try to be using for our assault and support positions. Objective Screw itself is also on a somewhat elevated surface, so that's something to note. So the reinforcements, obstacles possible in the area, could be minefields, wire entanglements, either of the two are possible. Possible avenues of approach, Highway 6 and 293, so I mentioned out here, Highways Route 6, coming from further enemy positions that are over here. That's going to be the main road through this AO, even though there are some other roads going through it. So right now, on Objective Screw, the enemy are in place here, trying to create a stronghold in order to lock down Route Charlie. That's the main goal of their mission right now, is to lock this road down to prevent friendly forces' freedom of movement, as we are going forward, trying to suppress them. Some other avenues of approach include just regular path trails. Remember, this is a farming land and agricultural-based economy, so there are a lot of farmers and farm equipment and so forth. The AO offers a lot of cover and concealment in forested areas and good cover. So for this operation, we're going to note April 10th and April 11th. Operation will be conducted on the night of April 10th, going into the morning of April 11th. Some things to keep in mind: we have sunset at 7:47, and the light is kind of going down at 18:33. Moonrise and moonset is not going to be applicable, other than the fact that there's very low illumination. So NVGs are going to be tough to use, but it also makes it tough for the enemy to use. Waking up in the morning, sunrise we have at 07:04, but it's going to start getting bright at 05:46. This mission, I'll go into later, is going to be completed no later than 05:30. So towards the end of it, it's going to start getting bright, and we're going to have to be moving off the objective rather quickly. Some things to note: the temperature, high of 62, high of 64, and a low 41, low 47. So it's not going to be awfully cold outside. Consider that when packing. Moving over, there are a chance of precipitation on April 11th, 35% chance, so pack accordingly, bring any necessary gear you think you might need.